Zanzibar, the small island in the Indian Ocean, just off the coast of East Africa, has been at the crossroads of trade routes for thousands of years. The Dhow, the ancient sailing vessel that is still used today, connected peoples of Africa, China and other parts of Asia and the Arab world. They all played their part in influencing the culture of this special and beautiful island. The sounds of Arabic musical traditions of India, Indonesia and other countries of the Dhow region are clearly distinguishable even today, mingling to form a unique flavor and providing the frame for the most famous music styles from Zanzibar, the Taarab and the Kidumbak. The Dhow Countries Music Academy has been established to help preserve and develop this special musical tradition, as well as provide opportunities for education and career possibilities.
The Dhow Countries Music Academy, I think, is a fantastic example of how a small and careful and hard-working institution can really make an enormous impact and can turn around the perception of an artistic form. And certainly I think that these last few years, during which DCMA has been offering professional training to musicians in Zanzibar and has been building an audience and building an enthusiasm of a community for an art form which was rapidly declining and in danger of being lost forever, I think it's really just the most wonderful project, actually. As we've been hearing here in Zanzibar the last few days about the way in which audiences are rallying to traditional Zanzibari music and how Zanzibari musicians have been able to grow and transform by learning some of the kind of hard skills of professional music. The Ganoon player in the Taarab, in the Malindi Taarab group, has been trained at DCMA. The former Ganoon player died. He was to be the last Ganoon player on the island, and yet DCMA has been able to train a number of new Ganoon players, and Malindi Taarab is stronger than it's ever been 100 years later.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hundreds of young people learning this music and enjoying the professional training that DCMA offers. I mean, the proof of it is in the pudding. How many people are signing up for lessons? How many young people are coming to be trained? And the number is in hundreds. And yet, 5 years ago, people wondered whether there was any need for a music academy here. And not just here, by the way. In Lamu in Kenya, in Mombasa in Kenya, the influence of DCMA is strong. Taarab musicians performing in Nairobi, where I live. It's all changing because of this school.
Teachers from the Dhow Countries Music Academy have been working with musicians from Palestine and Egypt in order to exchange musical ideas and develop further skills. This renews a tradition which lies at the heart of Zanzibar music. New sounds and new friendships have developed by drawing from the rich pool of the music's ancient heritage.
Zanzibar. It's 5 times that I've been in Zanzibar. Yeah? Visiting the place, disconnect yourself from the world and be honest with your music, with your belief in music. I met there a marvelous traditional music of Taarab music in Zanzibar, and I was I was in love with this music. It was marvelous to rearrange the music and record it in Zanzibar, and it gave me a lot of experience, a new one, because it's something that related to the Arabic music. It's something still different from the Arabic music somehow. It's kind of beautiful thing to see how different musician was inspired from the Arabic music and did with that. They are excited about the CD that we recorded, but in a different way. Like they are somehow very very cool. I learned a lot from these people. I got to understand the idea that sometimes I was like closed about one thing in music, in life, in behaviors. But they taught me that there's no one thing. It was good. It was good. Even I'm ready to do it again. Just less. So now you zero much better. Alright, now you play, I'll play. أنا بس
I was here in Tanzania and I bumped into Hilda, who was at that stage trying to set up the Dhow Countries Music Academy in Zanzibar. And she talked about what she was hoping to do here. I couldn't help thinking about this Ramallah school in Palestine that I'd been at 1 year before. So it seemed obvious to make the connection. Here's a school in the Middle East that had overcome the challenges of providing musical training for poor people in a fragile and difficult economy, in difficult political and social context. And surely what they had could be transposed, or at least parts of it could be transposed to Zanzibar. So I had a conversation with my colleague who does the same work as I do for the Ford Foundation office in Cairo in the Middle East, and she agreed that the possibility of linking the music school in Ramallah and the music school here in Zanzibar was worth pursuing. I heard stories later on about how the Arab audiences in Alexandria and Cairo in particular were astonished to see African musicians playing music that they related to, playing instruments that they related to. They were blown away by this.
I'm here at the Zanzibar airport to pick up Dr.Gamil from the group Kithara. This is a series of exchange visits, and this visit to Zanzibar has been in planning for over a year. Up to now, I do not know whether Alfred is on the plane. I have no idea whether he is coming. I just want to say that the biggest problem of South-South exchanges, as wonderful as they are, is logistical arrangements. Any kind of practical planning, any kind of communication is just an absolute nightmare. This is the best example.
From Ford Foundation's point of view, it's been an incredible success for us, I think. That just really a very small investment in a few airplane tickets and some hotel bedrooms has resulted in a whole layer of understanding and mutual respect developing between these two linked but very, very separate cultures.
Most of the Egyptians don't know where is Zanzibar, even in the map, on the map. And I was one of those ignorant people. I came here for the first time, I discovered a very kind people. And in music, they have their own African music, influenced by Arabic music, which they name it Taarab, and they have a sort of combination. It was new for me. This combination concentrate more on the rhythm. We in the Arabic music, we concentrate more in the tuning. And also sometimes they use some pentatonic scales with the Arabic maqams or Arabic scale, which influenced me also to do something like this, to make this combination together. And I was happy to know them, especially they are very, very, very good in imitation. I built all my plan on this point, that I play, or my colleague teachers, they play, and here the Zanzibar, they imitate very well.
If you have a good touch, you have a drummer. You must be the good drummer.
And we begin with them in violin, oud, percussion, qanun, all the Arabic instrument. When they come in Egypt, they was developed, and they come again, they are more developed, and they jump. They don't make steps, they are jumping, and I am very happy from this result. And I hope maybe inshallah they will be very, very good musician and composer, and they will develop their own music, mixing this music with classic and with African music.
It was a surprise that people in Zanzibar adore Arabic music. They know anything about it. when we're playing something and some of the students were with tears in their eyes. They were touched by the music. It hasn't happened to me before. So I came back here speaking to people, telling them about this experience. I mean, I remember Casey and Matona and another guy, his name. They were so moved by themselves making this music.
Like Jubran, I remember he said, you have to be really feeling. If you don't feel the music, please don't play. He said, especially Taarab, you have to feel, you must have the feelings and the languages.
I've been a music teacher since 1984. Never have I been touched this way, frankly.
There I begin to think of how these people get knowledge and where did they get this knowledge. Because if you listen to their music, all the traditional Taarab, everything is exactly the same.
That South should exchange with South, South with East, and try to develop and improve our concept, our self-concept of our culture and our music. And later on, when we are enough confident with ourselves, we turn our eyes to the west, to the north, and start exchanging on an equal level.
I have confidence now, I have real confidence, and I know what I'm doing is good and it pleases me.
The musicians from Cairo, Ramallah and Zanzibar are continuing their work, each representing their music which is unique and innovative to their own culture, as well as new creations as a result of their collaboration.
I feel happy in my heart because I like music, nothing than music. And I see things, if I want anything now, I know. If I look on this, I'll try maybe to look on the music sheet, I'll try to listen, try to write it, try to read, I'll try to compose, or taking even old traditional Taarab, playing in the right way, and it's pleasant. But we were lucky when from the beginning to get these people from Palestine and Egypt. Then it was like we wake us up about our music.
Einstein said that imagination is more important than knowledge. And I think this is a powerful message, really, that the role of imagination is the role of progress, and imagination is the fuel that feeds that progress. Knowledge is one thing. Knowledge can be accumulated, but imagination is the power to solve problems. Imagination is the power to go to the next step, to use one's own resources to take life forward. And above all, it's the arts that feed that imagination. It's the arts that provide the place where children gain the qualities of play and the qualities of creation. So it's that creativity, and it's creativity and imagination that the arts represent in society, and that's the fire that they light in audiences and in schools and in the minds of people, the power to think and create, solve problems and move forward.
The musicians from Egypt, Palestine and from Zanzibar experienced new routes emerging from the age-old tradition of trading not only goods, but cultural achievements as well. They are on a journey from East Africa to North Africa to the Middle East, and beyond to new horizons.